go long, and the air bail. You understand?
Yeah.
The line?
Yeah.
God dang. You got it. I'm proud of you. Good job. Dang, Bubs. Good job. Congrats. Hey, good shooting, by the way. You did really good.
I know. Well, what do you say, Holeheads? Welcome to Taco Tuesday, the North Hole edition, because damn, it's cold everywhere. I'm Finn the Loudmouth for the ACO, side by side with my man, the Cornhole Dude, Frank Geers. Welcome home. I'm glad you made it. Cheers. There we go. That's the one thing you want cold, not your windshield or your wheels.
You're right. And it is cold when I'm wearing my South Bend beanie, or what do they call them, toboggans too?
Oh,
is that what they call these things? But I love it, baby.
Further north, they call it a toque, and I thought it said SOB. But anyway, South Bend, so the SB. Who were those guys up front, by the way? Oh, it was the guys. And also, how about Gustafson? There was the few, the proud, who hung out because everybody was trying to beat the weather out of Beloit, and that was for the doubles championship. That shot that you just saw Tom Gustafson make. And coming off the heels of what happened in Owensboro, I love seeing that. That was a great shot. And if you were listening, we might have to play it again at the end. You got to listen.
That's what I was going to tell you. I brought it up too, man. That bag makes such a sound going through that hole. It's sweet.
It was
man.
like crackling.
Tom does a great hit, man. Great shot.
It is almost like it froze. It was busting through a frozen pond. But what a great shot. We'll talk about what that led to in just a moment. But again, welcome to Taco Tuesday. Feel free, if you're watching on YouTube or on the Facebook channel, just make sure you drop those comments down here. And as we get them, we will answer them. Speaking of which, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit notifications. You'll get updates with regard to all the new content. One bit of content that I know was posted this past week is that Isaac Hurt montage. Am I right? This thing was taken from his entire major on center court, at least, in Owensboro. And it's really cool the way that Heinerman put this together. You get to see the shot coming out of his hand, but over the top and strung together. It's pretty badass.
I like it.
It's one of the cooler. I mean, it's one of the cooler highlight videos I've ever seen anywhere, much less YouTube. But if you get a chance to go back and check that out, it's awesome and absolutely worth hitting the subscribe and notification button. Also know that you can always, if you put this up on YouTube, you can cast this up onto your smart TV and put us on the big screen. Love for you to do that if you've got the app on your smart TV. And again, going to do Facebook and YouTube because we know some people it's easier to get to Facebook. Also, Instagram and X, using that to push information out, which we did, celebrating winners from different tournaments and different things that are going on, information that you might need to know or new info. We'll put that out there for you. And if you'd like to receive the ACO push text, make sure you text ACO, all right, to 833-695-1318, 833-695-1318, and you'll get updates at your fingertips. We'll try not to blow you up, as we've mentioned, maybe a couple a month, maybe 3 a month, depending upon how busy we are. And we do have things that we want to announce that you can make plans for as far in advance as possible. And that's all just kind of part of, the digital network and where you can get information and how you find out about the ACO. But one thing that did happen that was pretty cool, and it happened right before Owensboro, and I was laughing because I had a conversation with Dylan and Bill from CBC, from Cornslinger Bag Company. And I said, you guys have your logo up there on center court. It's awesome. It's a perfect disc right there, dead center. I said, however, you might want to put Cornslinger Bag Company on it and then put your email address below it so people know what you are that don't already know. And he goes, I never thought about that. I said, particularly because an article just came out about the ACO and the growth of cornhole in North America, and some other things were mentioned in there as well by the Canadian Broadcasting Company, who goes by the CBC. So that's what clicked it into my head, and they're like, yep, that's a pretty good idea. We'll add that to it. But this was pretty cool. It was a really good article. If you get a chance to check it out, we put it up on the Facebook page last week just to show you more growth and where it's attributed to and where it's come from and the growth of the sport. So anyway.
It was a great article.
It was a great article.
I mean,
and Rebecca Zandbergen, I think was her name. Rebecca Zandbergen did the article for the Canadian Broadcasting Company.
Yep.
Very good stuff. So anyway, but anything and everything that we can share with you as to your celebration of the game of cornhole, we will do it. And thanks to Rebecca and the CBC, Canadian Broadcasting Company, for bringing that to us. As we always like to do, we like to feature some of our bag companies, of course, in the scroll across the bottom of the screen. But talk a little bit about what we've got going on out in front of here. Is it in front of you, moving toward me? Is that Bramey's?
Got a couple out there, man. I think this first one over here is a pitch.
Oh, is that pitch?
Yeah, is that,
okay.
Yeah, we got pitch up here. We
Pitch.
got New Mexico cornhole.
New Mexico cornhole, yep.
Rusty bags.
Rusty
in the
bags.
house. Big D over here. We got status cornhole out here, and then there's your Bramey's over there. Man.
There's the Bramey's in front of me. Yeah, right on. So the bags and boards. But I love the Dude bags there from, are those Big
those
D?
are from Jonathan down there in Dallas area, baby. So we got some exciting stuff coming that way, right?
Yes, we do. As a matter of talking about what's on the way, we'll tell you about that here in upcoming tournaments. So stay close and pay attention. And again, if you've got any comments, feel free to bring them. DJ Skipworth, let's go. Anthony Russell, what's up, fellas? Sing, let's go. I love it. And thanks again, buddy, for the little mini cornhole board that you gave me in Owensboro. I've got it hanging off my bag. Sing, he says, made a good run in seniors. Go OTT. CBC checking in.
Danny Rich is in the house too, man. He says, what's up, guys?
What's up, buddy? CBC.
Danny.
Did you hear the story about Canadian Broadcasting Company? Get on that. I know you guys have more than enough talent. There's every one of those guys knows more about logos and development of logos than you and I have ever known, ever.
So, hey, Matt Ledbetter's in the house from High Rollers.
Oh, nice.
So they were up there in Beloit with us, so that was awesome.
Nice, and we're going to talk a little bit about the whole team and everybody there.
Schaefer Jr. checking in,
Clinton.
and Chris Norris. Deb Smith is in the house. Daniel Kendrick, what's up, baby?
Nice, Clinton Bilo checking in. Let's go Knoxville. And my man E, the hat, is Frank still cold from Beloit? Yes.
Oh, dude, I know.
He's still thawing out.
It was a trip, brother.
Well, and we'll talk about that here in a moment. A couple of different things with regard to wrapping up the conversation, as we always like to do on the bag partners. The deal of the day is still happening. It drops every day at 9 a.m. Or at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. It's an opportunity to grab one of two sets of four in one bag line manufacturer or manufacturer's bag line before they're gone. That is a great deal, $60 and you're shipping. The mystery grab bag at AmericanCornhole.com it really takes form in two different implementations. One at AmericanCornhole.com, $30. We grab a mystery set of bags. Do you want to go over and grab one of those? Just at random that's over there. I can see them sitting there. This is what happens when you buy those. They get grabbed off of a pile, and we don't even know what's in them. This is what you get.
This is
39B.
So you could get 39B.
You could end up with 39B.
What's
Who knows?
39B? We do not know, but it's going to be shipped to you.
And it'll be ACO approved,
Actually,
ACO
you do
stamped.
know on a spreadsheet eventually.
Yeah, well, we know. We ultimately know, but we don't know what you're going to get, and we like it that way, but they are ACO stamped and approved. Now, the early registration mystery bags, that's a whole different ballgame. That's an opportunity to reward you for signing up for a major early, as did Anthony Russell from Missouri and Don Miller from Wisconsin. And I know you got this picture. I think Anthony got X level.
X level, I believe, yep.
And Don got
the true cornhole.
True cornhole.
Yep.
Yeah, so those guys, and then you just pick them up at the major that you pre-registered for. You can't beat it. You got to love it.
And again, you get that how again?
All you do is get early registration, and if you're one of the first 50 to register, you have two chances.
Okay.
If you're one of the first 100 to register, you have one chance. So it's a pretty good deal. And if you're one of the first 50 and you get two chances, you could, in theory, win twice.
The bottom line is, if you know you're coming to a major, sign up early,
Yeah.
and you get a free ticket for a free chance to try to win some bags.
A set of
from one
4
of our
bags.
Great bag partners.
Yeah.
That's what you need to know, and that's
again,
what you need to do.
ACO stamped, ACO approved, you gotta love it. As far as giving stuff away again and thanking you for participating, Maggie Geiger congratulations. She won the Owensboro survey contest. Out of everyone that was there who answered surveys, Maggie Geiger walked away with this. So she'll be able to use that at a future major. And who knows, maybe she's coming to Knoxville, but maybe she's already used it, or maybe she didn't know in time. So maybe she'll end up using it for Medford. Do you think she'll head to Medford?
I hope she does.
Yeah. Who knows? Now,
she's a good player.
I was going to say, we're going to talk more about Maggie and Wayne here in just a moment, but I want to see if there's anything. I haven't missed anything. I wanted to make sure we hit a handful of things here. The upcoming majors, registration ended Sunday for Knoxville. It's going to be a really good field, big field, and we're going to have Time to Phil coming up here in a moment, which is going to be renamed Time to Watch Phil Go Out on a Limb. But you know what that means already, I think. After that, Medford, Oregon. I know that's really starting to bump.
Yep,
which is great.
Got a good sign up already. Adam Gilbert's in the house. Just saying a little bit of hi to Adam.
Now let's go back. I want to go back to Knoxville for a moment here, because there is an opening party invite that was extended. It's hosted by TNT Bags, and the boards are going to be provided by Cornhole Solutions. But this is very cool. We got this across the Facebook page. If you get a chance to check that out, all the details that you need are right there. You can go back into the taco here when it's posted later if you're looking to be part of that pre-party and the invitation. Very nice. We appreciate you guys sharing that with us. And anyway, I know you were talking about maybe doing something at the venue, but you know what? This is a great place for everybody to gather, play some cornhole, and get ready for what's going to be a big major.
Cornhole Solutions and TNT, Craig and Kayla are awesome folks there, so I know they're going to put on a good show, and hopefully I'll end up making my way over there.
Yeah, if Thursday night,
sometimes I got to hitch a ride though. Taking that big truck over isn't as good showing up at the cornhole tournaments when you need to find a place to park that baby.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that truck here in just a moment as well when we're reviewing Beloit. Medford, again, as we made mention, first weekend of February. Clarksville, Tennessee. Now, speaking of welcome bashes, 3 different welcome parties going. We got the CVB is going to be hosting one that has duck pin bowling and a bunch of stuff going on.
Yep.
And we'll tell you more about this as we get to it. You'll see the invites for all. We'll post everything for players so you know where to go. But the CBC boys, Cornslinger Bag Company, throwing one, and Miggy's throwing one as well. So there's no reason when you get to Clarksville, which is our first time there, and right in CBC's backyard, Miggy's backyard, Fergie's backyard, maybe Fergie's front yard. It could very well
Apparently
be in his
it's
front
a lot
yard.
of people's backyards.
A lot of people, yeah. But Clarksville, Tennessee is going to be a good one. 3 different opportunities, 3 different parties to be welcome to, and we'll give you more information on that as well. Dalton, Georgia is going to be our next Pro Series, and that's going to be 4 out of 5. This will be $5,000 purse on the line for pros. That bracket at the top 16 you're fighting to get into. Big money can be made. We saw it.
Yeah, I think big money can be made again in Dalton. It's going to be exciting to. That's 4 of 5, right? So
yeah.
we have 1 more remaining this season after Dalton. So if you're one of those pro players this season, get your butt out to Dalton, Georgia, and have some fun with us. And Finn, as you know, the last Pro Series in Owensboro, we unveiled a new scoreboard. I think that turned out pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be unveiling a couple more little teasers to make it even more enjoyable to watch the sport as it evolves in front of you.
It'll be fun to watch. We had a good time, as we mentioned. We loved watching the pros, 100 pros, looking up to see, as it was tallying, to see who was going to make above the 16 cut and so on and below. But we're also going to be working towards your ability to see on screen sort of a rolling tally of who is in the top 12 or the top 16 of that 16 as well. So you'll be able to see that soon, and that should make it a lot more fun even to watch whether you're there or if you're watching at home. After that, Bentonville, as everybody knows, they love, that's a BYOB, which is going to have something in common with something we're about to tell you about, which you didn't know about. You might know about it. But Bentonville then leads into Tulsa, March 8th and 9th. And then we're going to skip ahead just a little bit. No majors have been moved or anything else. I just want to move into April 19th and 20th. We just announced this Dallas major. We're going to be in Grand Prairie, Texas, just west of Dallas. And this is at a place called AJ's.
Yeah.
And talk about the situation in the venue.
Well, the venue is incredible, but I tell you, this is going to be, I think it's going to be a sellout. It's limited space. We've got a 120 player max that we can get there. I already was talking with some players from New Mexico yesterday. They've gone online and bought their tickets.
Awesome.
So if you're planning on playing at the Dallas Major, that's one of those that I think you should definitely get your tickets for and get them soon. But that's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait for that. And Jonathan from Big D has really helped me orchestrate finding this location, this venue, and he's from the Texas Cornhole podcast, stuff. So excited about this.
The other cool thing that ties to Bentonville is it's a bring your own food, bring your own drinks setup as well.
Well, yes, and that's.
Well, I was going to say, it's $10 a head per day and that's a facility fee, but you can bring whatever you want in.
Yeah, it's bring your food.
You gotta love
bring
it.
your beverage, and be ready to have some fun with us. And by the way, Bill from CBC, I will see you on the courts in Knoxville.
Oh, there you go.
That was just a call out. I mean,
was that the challenge?
He's challenging me, so he buys me beers all the time. We show up at these tournaments, and he ends up buying me a beer.
Well, if Thursday Night Frank is in the house, you might end up buying him a lot of beers because that guy is uncanny. The guy that shows up on Friday and Saturday, who knows? But good luck. Good luck with that one there, Bill. What else did I have? Let's see who else is signed in here. Oh, Wayne Hagan says, thanks for the great experience last weekend. Thank you, guys. Anybody that went out to, whether it was the Beloit Major or any regionals anywhere, thanks for braving the weather to get out and get that done. And more on that here in a moment. And speaking of the weather, let's transition from this to this. And let's start talking about June in Punta Gorda, Florida.
Punta Gorda, baby. We had a killer time at the Twisted Fork, with the Bag Makers tournament going on there. Then we had a great time at the Tiki Lounge and the bar right there on the waterfront there.
Yeah.
So
again, think about that. Just if you're cold wherever you are, maybe wind chills are below zero, start moving your brain toward Punta Gorda, Florida. And again, that was another one. That was, you weren't up at the crack of dawn. Either. That's another thing to remember about that.
This one is think about this one as truly being a vacation for you as a cornhole player. I mean, a lot of us just hung out poolside during the mid-mornings. Some of us went golfing. A couple people I know, I think, went deep-sea fishing. There's a lot of things that are going on out there, a lot of things you can do. And there's, And you're going to love it. If you haven't been there, the little tiki bar with the palm trees and stuff by the water is incroyable.
Yeah, this is like 25% of what you'll be doing. This is 75% of what you'll be doing right there. But so again, nothing's been skipped. We skipped ahead just to warm you up a little bit to talk about Dallas there in Grand Prairie, Texas, and also Punta Gorda. Keep that in mind. And we're going to keep mentioning that one because we know it's just going to get colder depending upon where you are as we get into February. But again, Twisted Fork and the 4 Point Sheraton there at the Tiki Bar. You're going to love it. If you didn't go, I didn't get to go last year. I had something else popped up.
Well, we need to get you down there.
I want to get down there
because you need to come down and be a part of that one.
I got to be honest with you. I've been shopping Speedos already. That was a good time to start getting them.
Okay, so that's a quiet lounge room that is your own pool.
Yeah. Might even go full Borat. We shall see. A.T. Klinger, I'm looking at you. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about what did happen this past weekend. And it was, you saw the photos, the winter photos, and some of the shots of the truck in the foreground with the, hopefully you saw them, with the venue in the back. What, 16 inches of snow, 14 inches, over 36 hours? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was like 14 inches of snow over like 13 hours.
Over 13 hours.
We got pounded. I mean, and then the winds came in and the temperatures dropped. And all day Friday was really when the snow came in. We got busted with a few inches on that Thursday night, but Friday just pummeled us. And all day long I'm out there trying to clean the truck off, and I ended up having to borrow from Mike Worth because the temperature again dropped. So this thing was blowing tons of snow on the back of the truck, and so it froze. Everything froze up. I'm out there with a chisel,
the locks and everything.
I'm out there with a hammer and a chisel that Mike borrowed me. I had to get on the PA for the players, and I'm like, hey, does anybody happen to have a a
hair
hammer
dryer
and a screwdriver in the back of their truck? Because
anybody have a blowtorch?
I can't get to mine inside my truck right now. So
yeah, it's always good to keep the things that allow you to get through your ice and snow outside the cab of the car. I always tell people, carry a little can. You can buy those little cans of WD-40 to spray in your locks. But I keep my can in the inside the Jeep like a dumbass. So it finally occurred to me to keep it outside the Jeep so you could spray in the lock and break up the ice. But man, I mean, just getting out of there and getting home. So again, can't thank you enough, those who braved the elements and the weather. And I know a lot of it turned a lot of you around. You had to decide not to go, but you know what? Hopefully those are few and far between sorts of elemental things that we have to deal with. But for those who did come out, what a great time. I think everybody had a blast. The pictures were outstanding. We saw some new folks. It was set, I mean, the team of Jesse and Barry Hempy, I apologize. How about that? Mia Ray and Brian Jones, Tiffany Sparks, and then you were talking about a couple new lifers.
Oh yeah,
that showed up.
We had Rodney and Nikki that showed up. They're from the Paper Baggers group, no, they're super folks, and they're doing an awesome job for the ACO right now up north, and played a lot of cornhole with them. I think I drafted Nikki in the luck of the draw. I think opening night. But they're brand new, like you said, lifers to the ACO, and doing a killer job up in that Wisconsin area as we continue to grow, north.
I love it. Well, again, thanks to everybody that made their way out. And I'll tell you what, every division had a first-time purple jersey winner for the season except Wayne and Maggie. They had earned theirs. Oh gosh, Watertown, I think, was there as a team. Watertown is when they grabbed theirs. But I mean, we can't congratulate everybody enough. And I'll start with the quads, the Bagmasters quads, Luckies stepping up. And you saw that picture with I think it was Matt and Braxton and their team. And I saw Charlie in there in that photo. That was a great picture. In the big blind draw, it was Chandler Jones, a guy who's used to snow, I'm sure, up to here and back already, from Alaska, and Dave O'Reilly from Indiana. Congratulations on the big blind draw. As you mentioned, once again, Wayne carried Maggie. If you'd like to post that photo up, just for those who may have missed it, to see what that looks like.
They missed the other round of that, man. But that was wait, who, what?
I think this is another Dark Horse Cornhole special back here. These are the same guys that put my face on the beat off, which I happen to put up on my Facebook page. So AT, thanks very much. I appreciate it. You made me look like Quagmire from the Family Guy. So giggity, and I appreciate you. In juniors, Lane Cruz out of Tennessee grabbed, and I'm surprised that's his first purple jersey of the year for Lane. And then when I said, guys, send me some pictures of the winners. Let me know who's winning. And this one came across, and it literally, like, as cold as I was, it warmed me up from the inside out for seniors. T-Bone, Terry Dawson, Indiana's finest. And I even sent it off to Phil. I go, dude, check this out. He goes, oh no, I know. He goes, doesn't get any better than Terry Dawson. So T-Bone, congratulations. And then how about McKenna Ballou in the women's division?
Wow, she was tearing it up, man. I mean, she came. I think she came out of the losers bracket to double dip
Maggie.
Maggie there, and I tell you what, she is a sweetheart of a person. I have no idea how her bag goes in the hole as consistently as it does.
It's pretty crazy. It's a crazy delivery
with that delivery and that bag flight. But she has mastered it. And I tell you, I was talking to somebody on the sidelines a little bit about this, Finn, and she can throw a good flat bag, but it doesn't perform nearly as well as that pitch that she has. She has to give that pitch a name, man. I don't know. It's got.
I've already given it a name, but I can't say it on the air. It rhymes with "what the duck" because it looks like a duck to me coming across, and I'm like, how is she able to control that and do what she does with it? But there's a lot of people that have. I mean, we talk about this all the time. In fact, if you want to put it in the comments.
Crazy shots?
Yeah, who has the weirdest, who has the crazy, not weird, but the craziest delivery that you've seen that you think to yourself, how do they do that? I mean, Gustafson, of course, with the opposite rotation. There's a couple players that throw that way.
Randy Jones and his pinwheel bag that just walks over bag.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd love to know who you're amazed by when you watch a bag. And this is something you can contribute any week we do the taco, because I'm always, like I say this all the time on the stream. If you walk in this room and there's 500 people playing, there are 500 different ways to deliver that bag. And they all, for the most part, work really well. So some make more sense.
But bag flight and delivery look that's a unique thing. I mean, if somebody goes to tell you how best to play cornhole, you're going to be said that it's best to keep it flat with a little bit of rotation, right? To help drive it to the hole, keep it flat. But again, you take a Randy Jones or, like you said, a Gustafson or a McKenna.
Gustafson, yeah.
And each one of those have a slightly different bag flight. Now, Gustafson keeps his flat through the air.
Yeah, it's just going the other way.
But Jones is, Jones is not a player that a lot of people are aware of necessarily, but he's a really good senior player. But he literally pinches it kind of thin at the end and flicks it, and it just it rolls like a pinwheel. I mean, it's crazy.
I know. He was roll bag before roll bag was cool.
Crazy bag flights is what we call it.
And then that doesn't even, I mean, that's just the release. That doesn't even count the approach, the standing. I mean, if somebody, and maybe there used to be somebody, I feel like we talked about this once before. Wasn't there somebody that did impressions of different players' bags?
Yeah, I don't know who that guy was. He was just a backyard player, I think, or something out there in the world, but I don't even remember the guy's name. But he did a wonderful job of taking all these ACO players and picking, and mimicking their shots and their styles and stuff like that. So,
well, what we should
AT,
do,
there's an idea for you. AT would be great to see.
This is what we need to do, and what we'll do, and I think this is an idea worth exploring. We'll create a video of, let's say, at any given time, 10 different players, and you recreate their pitch, and then we'll have a contest to see who can identify the most of those 10 people and get them right.
Oh, there you go.
I think that would be fun. It would be a great video short. We'll see if we can get that together. But somebody who feels like they can get up and mimic, and we don't have to see whether the bag goes in. It's just the pitch itself to see if you can identify who that is. That could be something that would be fun to do. But back to the results. McKenna Ballou, and I sent Phil. He goes, "How about McKenna double dipping Maggie?" I said, "She blew her away." And then he sent me something else. I'm like, "Really? Nothing on blew her away? Nothing?" He goes, "No." He goes, "I got it." He's just not impressed. He's not impressed. How about in doubles though? The aforementioned Tom Gustafson and Drew Waking, and the shot that you saw a little while ago that had that crunch when it hit, that was the winning shot of the World Doubles tournament. And again, most people had broken camp to get out of there to try to beat the weather home, but those who stayed saw one. And you even said you went to take the video because you heard the reaction, right?
Well, no, I heard the excitement going on as it was coming towards the game finale here, and I heard Tom over there starting to talk about wanting to make this shot. And that's the cool thing about it. He's talking to his partner real quick, tell him what he's anticipating wanting to do, and there was a couple bags of the competition hugging that hole.
Yeah.
I mean, there was not much of a space between there at all to go in, and he shoots it, and it was awesome.
It's amazing. And I don't know, I've only met Tom through the Worlds last year, I think, just very briefly, and know him by his bag flight and everything else, but I've come to understand that he is famous for being able to get in players' heads and be able to disrupt their game.
Is that right?
Which to me is probably one of the key elements of the game.
Heard that before.
So good for you guys, Drew and Tom. Well done. The perfect pair out of Illinois. And then Drew Waking takes down World Singles, and good for him.
And how about Drew, man? I mean, Drew winning doubles and singles,
that's
man.
Big.
I mean, that's huge, dude. That's spectacular. So congratulations on that. And it's funny that not funny. It's awesome that he was able to pull this off, because I had just got done saying, maybe to Tom or somebody I was talking to, that I felt like Drew was a little bit off recently, and I couldn't figure out what was causing his game to be off. And lo and behold, he goes and proves me completely wrong and blows it up there in Beloit.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but does this look familiar? Isn't that him? That's his delivery, right?
Very close, baby.
The only bit of advice I've ever gotten, I know the whole flat bag and everything else, the piece of advice that I've gotten with regard to when I decide to go get good at this game is keep the elbow in. Keep the elbow in. I got it from one of the best in the history of the ACO, one of the top pros ever. Keep that elbow in there. Keep it in there. And so it's the same. It's kind of the same tip that I got for golf. My golf swing is just keep your elbows where they need to be, and that'll get it done. So anyway, you can get your advice from anybody. You can mimic anybody you want. It's whatever feels comfortable to you. That's really how it's supposed to work.
Repetition, man.
It's all
As long as your
repetition.
movement is exactly the same that gets to the hole, then doesn't matter whether your elbow's in or not. It just has to be exactly the same motion that you did before, and
Yep.
it'll go to the hole.
Yep, it's pretty amazing. We saw in Owensboro, we talked about Gary Bearpaw even throwing a roll bag or two in
Oh, see,
in-
that's scary,
in
man.
warm-ups.
If
Yeah.
Bearpaw gets a roll bag,
it's over.
it is going to be scary because there is nobody, I think, that's more consistent than him right
Well,
up the middle.
when he was doing that during warm-ups, Philip and I were like looking for the zipper to see who was in the Gary Bearpaw costume. We're like, who is that? What's that pushing? But you got to love it. And we talked about this last week, but we didn't get into it. The contraction of the sport, because if you think about it, you remember, I mean, it was sort of a standing joke that seniors were slow and methodical, up the middle, up the middle, up the middle, up the middle. And juniors, zing, 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 zing. But now the juniors are starting to slow down a little bit, play a little bit more of a tactical game, and the seniors have started picking up the pace and picking up. So you're seeing this contraction in the game, and we've just noticed it over the last probably 18 months to 2 years. But it is happening, and it's causing really great competition. I mean, we had 3 of the 4 in the finals. The final 4 in Owensboro were juniors, and I think the 4th was 22 years old.
I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, though, I felt the exact opposite still. I feel like the young guys are still slingers and still
Well, they're
learning.
still slinging,
I mean,
yeah.
I saw in a good way, Sammy Van Sickle and
Yeah.
Lane Cruz up there this weekend just, throwing line drives, man. I think I watched Lane Cruz. I'm not sure how this airmail goes in, but it's a line drive airmail, man. Most people think of an airmail as a loft shot, go up, go in. These guys are throwing them, the trajectory is like this.
Well, they're coming in on zip line, yeah. I'm not talking about the speed of the throw. I'm talking about the speed of play. You're starting to see the juniors. They still, when they play each other, go, 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 but they'll stop and they'll think and they'll call more timeouts. So the pace of play is what I'm talking about, contracting. Seniors are speeding up and the juniors are slowing down. It's just barely perceptible, but see if you don't think we're right next time you check out one of the streams.
I'm glad to hear us old guys are starting to speed up too.
Yeah, so am I, as the guy who's sitting there announcing the seniors division. But it's good stuff, and it's just something that we've noticed over the last 18 months to 2 years. Now, let's look ahead to this weekend. Knoxville under the big, giant golden ball of the World's Fair, one of our favorite places to go, Market Square, one of the coolest places to hang out. Might be a little chilly this weekend. The Tennessee got pounded in different areas in Kentucky pretty good. But you know what? If you get a chance to get out to Market Square, get out and do that under the giant World's Fair ball. What's going to happen inside the convention center? I don't know. He doesn't know. Guess who thinks he knows? Yeah, it's time for Time to Fill.
Welcome to another episode of Time to Fill. I am at M&M Auction, home of Elite Bags. This week we're headed to Knoxville, Tennessee. There's snow outside, but the action's going to be hot, hot, hot in Knoxville. So let's start out with the women. And I'm going to go with Martina Belt to take this field down. Martina took the big field down in Owensboro, so I think she's going to take this down. In juniors, I'm going with, hold on, Isaac Hurt. You got to be kidding me. The Hurts are in here. Isaac Hurt. And then on the seniors, I'm going to go with Johnny Thomas. I know I pick him. He hasn't been playing very well. If you let me down again, Johnny Thomas, I'm coming after you this time. In co-ed, I'm going to go with Martina Belt and Russell Tabers to take down the co-ed. And in doubles, I got to go, hold on, the Hurts. They have never let me down in doubles. They did in singles, but not in doubles. And in singles, I'm going with Caleb Hurt. I'm still picking the guy. I know he didn't do good in Owensboro, but I'm still picking the guy. Come here, Jared Bark from the Moving Company, also over here at M&M. Who you got this week, Jared?
I got to go with my man Craig Irvin.
Craig Irvin. Come here, Cody. Come here. You got to know you got a pick. Come here. Cody me right here.
I'm going with the kid, Sammy Van Sickle.
Sammy Van Sickle. That's a good pick. Sammy almost made it there in Owensboro.
Hey, he's got it.
Yeah.
This week is his week. He's got it.
Yeah, and that's going to be my picks this week for Time to Fill. If you think I should pick you, prove me wrong.
I love it. Hey, look at it. He went so far out on that limb. Now, no pressure, Martina, but he's got a lot of eggs in your basket there. And I think he picked, he picked Martina and Russell in co-ed. And then he's going to pick the Hurts until somebody beats him. of course. But some good guest picks there. Elite Bags, obviously, he's tied in with those guys and had some fun with them over the weekend. But yeah, Martina Belt has been throwing gas here lately. So
good pitcher.
She absolutely is throwing great stuff. So thank you, Phil. Philip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja, as always, checking in. And all you got to do is prove him wrong. And it is funny for me to watch, too, the number of people that'll sneak around the backdrop when we're doing something and go, I proved you wrong. That'll do that. He needs to come up with some sort of you proved me wrong award. I don't know what it's going to be, but we'll figure something out. But Philip Barnett, as always, the Mississippi Ninja, in there with the tight picks, and his inner wrestling promo continues to bubble up to the surface and come out. I love it when he's out in public and he gets a chance to get out and do that. Now, we've covered everything here on this continent. Let's move to another continent. And how cool is this? And I want you to explain what's going on this graphic behind us, because we're heading to Manchester, England for the first ACO Europe Major, March 22, 23, and 24. But this graphic explains a lot.
So first thing is, I'm already excited about the players that have started signing up for this event from the States.
Sure.
I know that we got players signing up from out in Europe, but I'm excited about the
throughout,
players that are coming.
Scotland.
We got California, Kentucky, I think Tennessee, Virginia. And then I think these three folks are all coming out. These are pro ACO players, right? Behind us here.
I've heard of one or two or three of them.
Miss Dice there, and we got Irvin and the Hurt Boy. So one of the Hurt Boys.
Oh, the Hurt Boy.
It's
I heard of that
not
kid.
The Hurt Boys. It's a Hurt Boy.
That kid. Caleb, Craig, and Kim.
But what's so exciting about this, Finn, as we continue to grow the sport of cornhole across the country, just opening up an opportunity for international players now to earn a pro status within the ACO. So what we're doing is out at that major, the top 8 finishing international players will end up earning pro status with the ACO. Now, we're going to give those international players a second chance to become a pro, and they're going to be able to purchase the opportunity to throw a frame game, and if they throw a 120 or more, they also will earn that pro status.
Well, and let me ask you about that, because I'm sure there's people going, you're kidding me, right? Because I had to do this and this and this, but that's how pro status at the very beginning was determined, correct?
Correct. It was through the frame game,
yeah.
Right? And I'm telling you, it's going to be it's going to be serious competition out there. We're going to be surprised by. I started looking at some of the PPRs that Scoreholio has on some of these international players, and they're in the 9s and 10s, and some of them are even closing in on matches where they're in the 11s. So the competition out there is going to be stiff. Anybody who lives in a different country outside of the United States who happens to be out there and finishes in the top 8 at this major, not the top 8, but they're the top 8 international players in this major, will earn that status. So I'm excited. And the other thing that's really cool, Finn, what we're going to do, just like we do for our Corny 40 and our our top 80, now top 96.
Oh yeah.
We give them a free pro jersey. So these 8 international players are going to earn a free ACO pro jersey, and we hope that a lot of them decide to come and show themselves at the World Championships.
And that's what I was going to mention.
Plan, man.
Is really, I mean, for the amount of enthusiasm and interest for those coming from this side to that side, we're looking forward to having more and more from that side come to this side, just to get a feel for what it's about here, where it all began. And obviously our Cornwall folks, they've told us they were planning to come back this year before they even knew we were in Owensboro again. But so that, and then and who knows, maybe Matt Bailey and maybe Tom Collins, or maybe Tamsin Bailey, or maybe right. Emma Collins will end up having pro status when they come back here. But we shall see. That's what's kind of why I'm so excited to go over there and see exactly what could be coming back this way. And that's really what it's all about from a worldwide standpoint in this World Cornhole League.
Well, and that's the one thing that's really cool is that our friends at the UKCL have sponsored
Dan Lilly,
with the We Love Cornhole and UKCL have sponsored the number 1 player that's international from this tournament in March will get a free ride to come and show themselves off at our World Championships in Owensboro. So the one thing we know a fact of is that we are going to have the best player from Europe is going to be coming over here to compete at the World Championships in Owensboro. That's what we do know, and they get a free ride to do it. It's going to be exciting to see how they perform. And what I love about this whole event is this major isn't going to be a joke because all three of these players and some other pros are headed out that way. So it's going to be a good major. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, there's a handful of others we've heard from that are still on the fence and thinking about it, depending upon vacation time and scheduling. Because again, if you're going to do this one, and I know we ask a lot of your time, but this is one where you might want to add a couple days to the front and the back to spend some time, especially if you've not been to Europe or the UK or whatever. Just hell, it might take you a day and a half just to get used to the subway system, which is awesome, and a couple of other things that they do way better than we do over here. So that said, can't wait. Going to be a blast. Looking forward to seeing everybody from here, there, and everybody from there coming back here. So just so excited. I mean, everything about what's coming since the calendar turned to 2024 is just outstanding. And so many other cool things that are, I just want to just blab about so much stuff. I really do, but we can't. We can't say anything about some of this stuff yet. But for those of you who have been here from day one, or those of you who may be on day one, and as a matter of fact, Wayne Hagan said he had a sweaty hand when I got introduced to playing Frank, and that's the real deal. So that's not really, but I appreciate you. I'm sure he appreciates you saying that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for those who, and Aaron Lambert says, Frank can't even beat my wife. What is that? What does that mean?
Come on, Lambert.
Are you?
That's the last time I talked nicely of you, brother.
Well, first I thought it said Aaron Candler. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, if you got any more comments, bring them here in the comment section. But otherwise, we're thrilled to have you along for the ride tonight on the Facebook page. Again, I apologize. My voice is just about shot.
And I do want to just say thanks to the folks from CVB, particularly Matt and Celestino.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about it too much, but it was
The welcome party.
It was an awesome welcome bash. We're going to try to do maybe some more of this type of stuff. We worked with the local Chamber of Commerce. Kelly, Matt's wife, ended up bringing us into the mix, and we helped manage and run this tournament for. We had like 35 of the local business people there. Had a blast. Raised some money for the local YMCA. And it was a good time.
Let's talk about that for a moment. We got a couple extra minutes. If we're coming to a city that's near you, and you're a CO, or you're a player that wants to get more and more involved, or whatever it is, if there is a cause that is like the YMCA or whatever,
right,
that is near and dear to you, and you can get with those people to have them come in and be a part of something like this that could be a fundraiser or something like that for a welcome back. Any chance we can do to tie those things together and have everybody from our family meet everybody from that family, come in and play and raise some money and have some fun, we should be doing that.
Right. No, 100%.
So if that means you have an opportunity to engage with your organization and then arrange a space or something like that, feel free, hit me up, taco@americancornhole.com. Okay, and then we can start looking ahead to cities that we're going to see if we can put that together. If we're going to bring everybody into town from 12, 13, 15, 18 states, why not use it for some good, for something that benefits you locally, and let everybody come have a good time and do the thing that helps somebody or something in your area. Certainly we love to go to bars and we love to do all of that stuff, but the bottom line on that opening night is really, we call it the backyard bash because we want people from the local community to come in and get to know the ACO right in their own backyard is what we say. And why not do some good with it as well? So if a bar district wants to put some money into it for a purse, but then we can then peel some of that out and make it part of a charity thing, and we can invite people to come in and raise money for the charity on top of that, why not? Why not do that? So if there's something that means something to you in the area that you're coming to, throw those ideas our way. If we can turn it into something with your help, don't just throw it at me and go, because I don't know what I'm doing without you. But why not? Why wouldn't we do that? And it
Makes all
worked great
sense
for
in
the
the world to me.
YMCA,
Yeah.
and I know Matt Bosen and the crew there, as you mentioned, were thrilled. And I know the weather precluded some of the media that we had planned to come out and do some things. But and I don't know, did they ever do a piece with Wayne and Maggie?
I did not see him.
Did you see that? Because I know there was talk about doing that from a father-daughter proposition there, but
That would be Wayne, and that would be Maggie.
yeah, that would be them. And who's carrying who?
And who's carrying you?
I love it. I will say this, AT, you got to figure out a way to get our heads centered better on our neck. We look like something out of South Park, but nevertheless, that's such good stuff. As has been this taco. We appreciate you guys taking some time out of your Tuesday. How do I get the ACO in my woods? Says Wayne Hagan. I'll tell you, reach out to Whitney Garner. You want to become a CO? Anybody that's watching, you want to become a certified official, Whitney Garner, CO at AmericanCornhole.com. If you're interested in rallying your friends and family to become a certified official, we probably don't talk about this enough. We probably should.
Yeah, Whitney and Amber can take control and help you guys
Yeah,
out.
they have teamed up, and they're like the Wonder Twins of getting that done. So CO as at AmericanCornhole.com. Reach out, get some information, find out if it's right for you. Start bringing your friends and family into this friends and family, and lock down your territory now, because it's just going to get more competitive as we go. So we've dug our heels in on this one. This has been a good one. Thanks to everybody that participated. Anything else you want to address?
Nothing, man. I think we hit it all. As far as I can tell, we're ready to rock and roll. And good to see William Howell in the house. Great chatting with
Adam
you
Gilbert.
today. Adam Gilbert, baby.
Added it to the bucket list.
You should be coming to Manchester, buddy. I don't know why you're not. Miggy, Sean, O'Brien in the house earlier.
I got to be honest with you. I want
Miguel's
Adam
out there, maybe.
I want to see Adam's bucket list. I would love to know what's on Adam Gilbert's bucket
does a
list.
lot of fun
I
things,
can't
man.
imagine there are many things you haven't done, my
Maggie
friend.
Geiger checking in and chuckling at chuckling at the little the dude. Gotta love it. So again, thanks for everybody that came out to Beloit.
Yeah.
I just want to say appreciate you guys all weathering the storm and being safe about it too. So be safe when you come to Knoxville. We'll see you there. We've got 350 to 400 players coming out to have it for a pitching good time out there.
And Boogie's going to be there. He's going to be sticking a microphone on you at some point to get some shorts put together. He's not going to be doing the Bob Barker mic thing anymore. I know that freaks some people out, I think. So we're going to tighten that down. Make sure if you see Boogie coming, you get ready to answer maybe some bizarre questions. But we're going to create some more shorts. And one final thing, if you haven't been to the ACO YouTube channel, get in there, subscribe, and check out this video of some of Isaac Hurt's amazing shots. It's a very well put together video, and you'll love it. And you've probably, if you've ever played him, you've seen these happen to you, but it's kind of nice to watch when it's not happening to you. So check that out as one of the shorts on the ACO YouTube channel. And that said, we will turn your Taco Tuesday back over to you. Thanks, as always, for being part of it, all of it. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. Turning things back over to the SB, Frank Ears.
Let's do it, baby. Keep on pitching.
I just go long on the air mail. You understand?
Yeah.
The line?
Yeah.
God dang. Attitude, you got it. I'm proud of you. Good job. Hey, Bubs, good job. Congrats. Hey, good shooting, by the way.